So was the person you were talking to in India, was that sort of an education consultant? Or is it like an
Yeah.
agency where you go to and they, get you a spot in Germany? Because this is like the side of like the study in Germany space that I don't know much about. Because
Mhm,
I feel like there's like this entire infrastructure,
mhm,
business side of things that I don't know about. And now I'm slowly, getting, starting to know more and more about it.
mhm. So like studying in Germany was still very new when I first came. Now it's much more than that time. And at that time it was just more popular to go to English speaking countries, be it USA, UK, Australia. And I got to know about that particular agency because my brother was applying through them to US for his masters. And then he also suggested me that maybe you can check out your options as well. So that they suggested me that Germany might be the best suited for you. It's good for the price and it's gonna be a good journey. So I was like, yeah, it sounds good. And then I decided, yeah, let's go with it. So like the agency where I was, it was like for all the international study abroad kind of, you can apply with them to most of the major countries. But it is kind of becoming a big industry. It has been a big industry, and there's also a lot of fraud going in there. So like people need to be careful because I
Yeah,
have heard
that's what I often
stories
hear.
where people paid so much money and that all went nothing. The people just disappeared, or you can go to courts, but yeah, it's always very complex. You don't want to do that as 18-year-old who just have to figure out their
Damn.
life. So it's very sad to hear that. I have a very close friend who got through something like that. It was very sad. Yeah, this is fraud. So like everyone who's listening, just be careful when you go to agents or stuff. Make sure that they are legit.
Wow, like how do you know that they're legit? Because I often hear that, if they're trying to get you into private universities in Germany,
Hmm.
and so it's obviously easier to get into private ones as long
Yep.
as you are able to pay the fees. And on the back end, they get massive compensation for doing that. And they
Hmm.
basically trick you into thinking that your grades are not good enough for public universities.
Yeah.
So they lead you to this direction.
Yeah, I think one good way to know is to see their past, like if they can show their past records that they have successfully
Hmm.
gotten admission of their past students into good universities and now they are working, who has a good track record. I think that's the only thing you can see, good track record. Because if there's someone is completely new, then that's more risky.
Yeah, sure. I feel like this can also be fake though, like track records and
Maybe,
stuff.
yeah. I think
Yeah, maybe
everything can
because
be fake,
online,
but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, very difficult. So I'm always, maybe it's different, but I feel like there's so much information on the internet about everything.
Yeah.
It's maybe a little bit harder to, get all the information together, but also when it comes to, you're learning about like admission, about the visa and stuff.
Hmm.
There's so much out there. So yeah, I always tell people. So I also had a couple of people asking me like, can you refer me like a good education consultant? And I'm always like, no, I don't know anyone. And
Hmm.
also, you can do it yourself. You can 100% do it yourself.
Yeah, for sure,
So
it's
I have a
very easy.
friend, in India,
Hmm.
and he's now coming to Rosenheim to study here,
Hmm.
and so much respect because like he did everything himself
Hmm.
and also applied to universities, learned German on his own and stuff.
Hmm.
So it's definitely possible. And I
Hmm.
think the reward is also bigger. Like
Yeah.
by doing it yourself, you get so many additional skills and it makes you more resilient and stuff. So I can encourage everyone to
Yeah.
just go out there, get that information, fact check, join communities, and just speak with a bunch of people.
Yeah, like for sure. Now there is so much information online, and like some people who message me on Instagram or the comments, I see that like they have so wrong information. Like I don't
Hmm.
even know how to start helping them because so much things that they are coming with that's already wrong.
Yeah.
So how did they got this information? So yeah, there is this problem. But I agree with you. Like the application in Germany is much more simpler as compared to, let's say, applying in the US where you have to
Oh,
write
really?
essays, give exams.
Hmm.
So that's much more complicated. In Germany, you do it through Uni Assist or you just directly apply to the university. It's much simpler.
Is it? That's crazy to hear. I thought it's very, very complicated to come to Germany because of the bureaucracy and also the
Yeah,
language requirements. Maybe
I
that's
think
also a different angle, though.
it's complicated from that aspect that there is bureaucracy and you need language. But apart from that, Like once I was complete with my student colleague or with my language, the process there was very simple. Just apply to universities. They don't ask for anything else apart from your grades. Like I knew when you apply
Sure.
for
Yeah.
US, they ask for a lot. Like you need to write essays about your life
Wow.
or motivation, and there
Mm-hmm.
you can kind of use some professionals' help to kind of leave a good impression and to build a profile, to build your brand that you're applying with. So there it makes sense. But I think in Germany it doesn't bring you that much. But I think if the price is decent, then maybe like you can have yourself, you can make your process easier by having visa and stuff being done by someone else, but it's not needed. If you
Yeah,
have the right
sure.
information, you can do it yourself.